Theorizing input and interaction research. What we need as yet is a good theory of input and interaction research. The question is, why do we need a theory? We need a theory to tell us how do things actually work and how can we possibly predict on the basis of the data that given A and B circumstances or C and D will be the result, for instance. How can we possibly be sure, and how can we possibly then design our classrooms in a way in which we can give priority to interaction? Now, research in input and interaction has been a lot. More often than not, these studies have been descriptive studies. Descriptive studies just explain what is going on. They don't give much emphasis to why is it going on. So they do see, for instance, that interaction or some sort of feedback leads to improvement in language of the learner, and at times it does not. But it does not explain why does it happen. Why is it successful at given times, and why is it not successful in at other times, or in which areas is it successful, and why is it not so successful in other areas? And we need a theory to make some sense of the results, which are at best mixed results. So there is a need for a greater clarity about the linguistic models. So what do they think of language? What is language itself? And how does the internal processing actually take place? We also need a stronger theory to explain how do the interactions that take place lead towards a certain kind of processing, cognitive processing, which in turn leads to a better second language acquisition. So what is it that should be there within an interaction that allows our learners to learn the second language more efficiently, that is, in a shorter time, and without making too many mistakes? So the emphasis is needed on internal linguistic model. Remember, whatever theory you want to make regarding the language, it should have some idea, or it should give some sort of model of what language comprises, a property theory, and then it should also give you some idea of what we call transition theory. That is, how is it learned? How do the learners move from stage A to stage B and to C, and why and under what circumstances language learning is successful, and under what circumstances it is not so successful. However, we do not find any detailed model of these occurrences as yet. We have two models, and we will discuss these two models in more detail. But these two models are not actually complete models of language learning. They are sort of there, but they do not completely explain all the aspects of language learning. First model relates to input processing theory, and the second one is given by autonomous induction theory. We will see in a while what do these two theories mean, and what are the assumptions, what are the principles that these two theories give us. As teachers, as practitioners, you might be thinking, why should I concern myself with all these theories when my main concern is about teaching the children the language. However, until and unless we know how does it all work, how do the learners process language, it is also not possible to come up with good pedagogical matters and pedagogical instruments to help the learners in learning the language.